First of all, before starting Rankup X, I suggest that you practice your head hitter timing a lot. And I honestly did not do that until probably about building 8, building 9 for like the third time. Because I was really frustrated with myself because every time I got to building 9, all I did fail head hitters. I could do every other jump like pretty consistently. It was just the head hitters that were causing me to have issues. So weeks straight, I just an hour a day, I just practice head hitters over and over and over and over and over, and you got to really concentrate on what you're doing with your fingers. At least for me, that's what helped. Really, you gotta really concentrate and just get a good feel for what you're about to do, and just know every single time that you're gonna get it. Well, it's not 100% every time, but you should improve if you practice. So, starting off the basics. So, Pain Tower with speed 2. It is basically a head hitter that's turning. You just have to make sure you get your angle right. And then you do your head hitter and you turn, and it's magic. So I'm just gonna go until I mess up here. And okay, so each of these is 10 jumps, so I probably got about like 15 in there without failing. So 15 head hitters, that's pretty good in a row. 15 headers in a row isn't bad, but that's roughly about what you need to do to beat the park. 15 headers in a row, of course, including other jumps, but I'll go over that later. Anyway, you also want to practice both sides of the pain tower, because getting in too much of like just one side, like, because this way you have to like strafe that way, and then the other pain tower you strafe this way. So bit different, you want to make sure that you can do both. I mean, they're the same timing basically, and it's just turning. Anyway, another basic jump of X is this. So most of you do this way of doing it, okay? You gotta like strafe like that, and you go parallel with the ladder. Okay, well I don't really do that, okay? I'm too cool for that. So this is what X facing up. So my strategy ever since rank up 8, I just started doing I found a unique way to do it. So it's just you just run against the wall. The X are obviously a bit wider, so you have to angle out a bit more. And then the Z you really have to tuck in. So if you're looking for another way to do that, then basically that's how you do it. And the good thing about this is that you don't need an exact head hitter timing. You only need like a semi head hitter timing. Anyway, you have to be careful with the Z facing ones that don't have a wall behind it, because otherwise you're just going to jump out like that, like what I just did there. So now getting to the next topic, semi head hitters. Okay, so what I mean by a semi head hitter is this jump here. Okay, you want to do like a head hitter, obviously, right? So see right there, I jammed both my keys at the same time, which meant that I didn't get off my full head hitter momentum like I did there. Okay. So some of the jumps that you're gonna encounter, basically the only way you don't fail them is if you don't walk off like that. Okay, so if you walk off, that's the only way you fail it. If you get off a decent semi-header, if you get off a semi-header timing there, you make the jump. Okay, and obviously this one you need a head hitter timing. So if you ever hear me say anything about semi head hitters, that's what I mean by semi head hitters, okay? So the next basic jump of Rankup X is the iron bar Neos, okay? So you can, a lot of the time you're gonna have to do this full length jump, so it's either, you can either do it like that or you can do it like a head hitter. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but and looks like we have a Dart Creeper messaging me right now. Okay, so, you know, hopefully he doesn't say anything incriminating, okay, or anything private, because, you know, that'd be unfortunate. So, basically, oh, right, I kind of forgot. Okay, so my strategy for the for these painter iron bar jumps are, if it's Z facing, I like to do 2 taps forward, and that way, no matter what, if you get off your semi head hitter timing or your full head hitter timing, semi head hitter is just basically jamming the keys. As long as you don't walk off, you make the jump. Okay, so for X facing, it's only 1 tap forward, and then for Z facing, you do 2 to make up for the tiny bit extra that you do. So yeah, if you want to get better at these jumps, you know, it takes practice, and you know, you just come here like half an hour each day, and you don't even have to come here, just make jumps on single player or something else. I don't know, another server. Just practice the jumps, and you know, you'll get better over time. You'll improve your timing, and you'll get better over time. So yeah, these are also double Neo head hitters, basically like the one on the park. So you can practice those, and then there's also the Z, which in my opinion, Z head hitter or Z facing double Neos are literally just head hitters. If you walk off, you fail. If you don't get off full momentum, here I'm gonna try and do that. Okay, well I keep hitting my head when I do that, so you don't get off full momentum, then that happens and you can't make the jump. So it's basically a head hitter to me. So you can't make the jump. Anyway, yeah, so basically that's a head hitter. So yeah, if this is on PH2, Squatman 99 if you want to try out this, or you can just try it on your own. But yeah, definitely practice that. Okay, so the next thing is there's going to be, if you have an alt, I highly recommend getting one if you don't have one. But there are definitely a lot of plots that you can go to practice X before doing it. So the main one is going to be Dark's first plot here. PH, the Dark Creeper MC. Okay, you got building 1 all the way to 8, and he's working on building 9. But for now, oh, and he also has the sky. I used that when I was in the sky. Building 9, you go to Dirty Tree's 4th plot, and here it is. It also has the 8 to 9 transition there. You want to practice that. And of course the park, which we are going to be practicing right now, is on DataCat's first plot. All right. So first jump is kind of difficult. There's a couple ways to do it. You can go from the back like that. You can momentum from here. I don't do it that way, so I'm not really very good at it. I don't know. I find this is a pretty inconsistent way to do it, so I'm just not going to do that way. Or you can run it from the back. I like to do like 1 tap forward. And yeah, I'm looking pretty good here, so yeah, 1 tap forward. Okay. So, overview of the park. You got 8 head hitters that you have to perform in total, like 8 precise timings. You got 8 optional, where you basically, for most of them, you're going to be using a head hitter timing, but it is possible to do it in different ways. And you have 7 semi hit hitter timings. One of them is right here. Okay, as long as you don't walk off, you make it. All right, so first hard jump. I'm just leaving coordinates open so that you can like interpret anything if you want or whatever. So, okay, so the first jump, you want to line up here, and then you want to walk back, or you want to walk back until you start turning. Okay, so I started turning there. So I run forward. All right, yeah, that's epic. Okay, yeah, so line up as soon as you start turning, run, and then you're good. You just got to master that timing. Then you got a couple of head hitters, and then you can just walk down through that. Just hold still and then walk down. Those are 2 semi head hitter timings. As long as you don't walk off, you make them. All right, so now this is one of the harder jumps on the park. Okay, so how I do it is I just kind of eyeball it. Okay, so over time I've just kind of gone a feeling to like if I'm gonna make it. So first, just go around the middle to the back, I guess. Obviously go out on the block. So you're gonna have to do a full head hitter timing on this one. So you just want to look out and then turn in parallel with the ladder. Okay. And you know, some people use coordinates for this, but I don't really think you need to. So yeah, that's also a semi head hitter timing there. If you noticed, I didn't get off the proper timing. Pretty easy jump. That's a semi head hitter. Now this one is an optional, like you can run it and then make it, but obviously most people are just gonna do a normal head hitter for that. The same with this one. You can run it, or you can just, okay, I didn't look out far enough yet. You have to make sure you're looking out far enough on that one and then turn in. Okay, so this one, most people use no speed on it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same. You want to look out. Basically, the objective of this one is you need a full head hitter timing. You need to go out. You need to not turn until the last second, because some people they're gonna hit the wall. Why are you hitting the wall? You're hitting the wall because you're turning early, like that. Okay. If you just, yeah, see, I turned early there again. Okay, so if you just go straight and then turn after you've cleared the head hitter, then you are not going to hit the wall. Okay, so another one of the most difficult jumps, I think, because you're not used to the timings here. So what I like to do is I line up the fence, and you're just gonna have to learn the timing for yourself. Those two are the exact same timings. So from here you can either go here, and then you just have to do one cross neo, or you can jump over here and do a kind of a weird timing. I like to just use a jump to time my thing, but yeah, it's definitely easier in my opinion to do the cross neo, and then you can either do this last one like a head hitter and fail twice in a row. Wow, that's pretty good, man. Okay, all right, I really need to apparently work on this. There we go. All right, and, or you can run from the back here and do it like that, which I usually do. So for this one, you can do the very risky way of going from the back and then like wildly turning. Or what I like to do is just do it like a head hitter timing, and then that way, even if you walk, or can you, if you walk off, you're screwed. But if you mess up somehow like that, then you're good, and you fall back there. So I like to do it like that. And yeah, so this is a pretty easy jump here. Okay, well, my speed is not activating. Now this is another semi head hitter timing, or you don't have to get off the full head hitter to do it. You just make sure you go from the back and then turn in. Okay, so for this one, you're probably going to need to use coordinates. If you don't use coordinates, well, you're not going to have a very fun time. So 962, and then I just like to go like anywhere near 0, like within like half a degree of 0, because my degrees are pretty sporadic because I have a high sensitivity. So I like to just walk, and then right before I just, yeah, okay. Let me go over that again. I wasn't really prepared to describe that. Okay, so 962. I walk almost the full length, and then I activate sprint midair, and good to go. And then you just go up here. Yeah, you can run from the back. I mean, I'm kind of too lazy to do this with flying and stuff. So, yeah. So for this jump, you might be tempted to go from the corner here, but for these trapdoor jumps, they're actually a lot easier from the middle. Yeah, for these ones, you want to make sure you're looking like towards the trapdoor. Okay, like inwards, not outwards, because you might over jump it or miss it or something. Okay, well, anyway, go here. You got a pretty basic jump. So see, I already see the pane or iron bar neos, which are basically the exact same thing. So this is X facing, so you just do one tap forward, and then again you can either do this or you can do it like a head hitter. Doesn't matter, whatever you're more comfortable with. One tap forward. You see I didn't get the exact timing off for my head hitter, but I got a semi head hitter timing off. As long as you don't walk off, you make the jump. And then here you can, if you're not comfortable, but it's pretty easy. You can do this. It's a semi head hitter, and then you can just jump like that if you're not comfortable. But I think you can, yeah, you can do that as a semi head hitter too. So it doesn't really make a difference. So for these, the easiest way is drink milk, heal up. All right, yeah, very annoying. Okay. All you do is you just start off like a head hitter or just start off running. All right, don't start off running, start off like a head hitter. Actually, yeah, even if you run, yeah, if you run it doesn't work. So you got to start off with a head hitter. And then slow down, and then drink speed again. You want to hold on because you want to like just hold spacebar. Like you want to go like not the full length, but like about 3/4 of it. You go the full length, you're gonna over jump. Don't go far enough, you're gonna under jump. Yeah, you get the idea. So just about 3/4. Okay, that was bad. You just hold it so that you don't have to like overcomplicate anything. All right, once again, go from the middle, go into the trapdoor a bit, go tuck in a bit, yeah, and then you should make it. Okay, and then just run here. Once again, you can use my strategy here, but this one's Z facing, so you got to be careful, otherwise that might happen. If you go too wide, yeah, you gotta turn in quick if you want to do it really wide. So yeah, see, it's pretty weird, but yeah. Anyway, so next jump. So there's a couple ways you can do it. There's actually, you can do it like a head hitter. I don't do it this way, but I discovered that you can actually do it that way, but I haven't really practiced it, as you can probably tell. Yeah. All right, scratch it. If you want to learn it like that, go ahead, but for me, I just like to do that. You just go and then strafe at the last second. Just tuck in. Okay. Go from the go from the corner and tuck in, and then yeah. So this jump I actually do not like. It's very annoying, but it's a head hitter. You have to get off your full head hitter timing, otherwise that's gonna happen. So full head hitter and turn in, and now double neo. Basically a head hitter anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's a head hitter. So that's also a head hitter. You have to do a head hitter there, otherwise you're going to fall. So cobble walls. Now there's a couple ways that you can do it. You can either start from here and turn in, which obviously I didn't do there, or you can, which I do a head hitter from the corner. These ones are pretty unfailable for the most part. This one can do a head hitter, but I actually like doing it just like that for me. I don't know why. I guess I'm just better at going right. And now the final jump. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You can do a head hitter from here, but you don't really want to rely on getting a head hitter timing. So for me, I just walk off here, make sure you're centered from the block. You can use the reference point, like when you hit here, just try to make sure you understand how to center yourself. Because the first time I did this jump, although there's a fence, I didn't center myself because I wasn't prepared. I thought it was just hit the slime, you're good. But no, you got to center yourself. Yeah, see, I started on the left and then I centered myself. All right, so that is all for the park. And next I'll be doing building 1s to 4. So goodbye.